This is Sir Leo the Third, your friendly neighborhood mod here. I will finally be delivering the video that I have been talking about for a while, the RWBYrp dice rolling system. So this dice rolling system is based on the World of Darkness or White Wolf dice system. This means that we will be dealing all with D10s, and if you're interested in more information about that, now you know where to look. So the most basic dice roll in this system is just simply an attribute plus your skill plus some type of equipment, possibly. In combat, this would of course be your weapon, and then any modifiers that the storyteller decides to add on to there. Sometimes these will be positive modifiers, sometimes they will be negative modifiers. For combat, most of these modifiers are of course found in under the combat page in the wiki, so I suggest you start there. So what do you do with all of those numbers? Well, you roll dice with them. So each one of those numbers counts for another dice. The website I'm going to recommend here is RWBY.org for all of your dice rolling needs. Part of the reason is because this has a success-based rolls system, which is the one that we're using. For the intents and purposes here, this is called Successes Plus. I'll go over exactly what that means. So for a success-based system, you got to roll all of the dice that you have. So all of those. So if you have 6, you get to roll 6 dice, and then you compare those rolls against a target number. That target number in the RWBYrp system is almost always going to be 8. So let's say you have 6, so you roll 6 10-sided die against a target number of 8, and you get these numbers. Looks like 2 successes, right? Because those 2 9s are 8 or higher. Well, that 1 is going to screw you up. That 1 counts as a critical failure. 1s and 10s are treated a little bit differently in this system, and this is typically known as the rule of 1s and 10s. So 1s count against the number of successes. So in this case, we actually only have 1 success. If the number of 1s that you actually roll are higher than the number of successes, that roll is a critical failure, which the storyteller will decide exactly what that means in your case. But if you roll a 10, you not only get the success from the 10, you also get another dice to roll. This dice cannot, even if it rolls a 1, doesn't count as a critical failure, and the only thing it can do is give you more successes. And yes, that means if you roll another 10, you get to keep rolling. So the way that this roll works in the RWBY website is you'll go up here and you'll type in the number of dice, M, whatever your target number is. So I just did 5M5 here, which is rolling 5 dice against a difficulty of 5. For our system, of course, it'll almost always be 8. And as you can see here, for my first roll, you got 2 successes. One of the things to be aware of, this system does have a lot of variance in it, so just because I got 2 successes here does not mean that when you roll 5M or 5M8 that you will also get 2 successes. Here, let's just throw up a couple of random ones real fast. So that's 2 successes total. That's a critical failure. That's 4 successes, 2 successes, and 0 successes, 2 successes. So as you can see, you get all sorts of numbers here. Alright, so let's show this in a non-combat setting. So I'm going to be using Team Dust for my example. So for this one, let's use Teamer, and let's say that he's trying to stealthily move through the woods during the fall. So you start with a dexterity of 4 and a stealth of 2, giving him a total of 6 dice. But as I said, it's fall time. You know, there's a lot of crunchy leaves on the ground. I'm going to take away one of those dice under a modifier to give him a total of 5 dice to roll. So we go to the RWBY website, we type in 5M8, 5 being the number of dice, 8 being the difficulty or the number that we're going for the task, and he gets 3 successes with 2 1s for a total of 1 success. It's important to note that although 1 success sounds low, that means that he accomplished his task. And so here are the actual numbers that he got. If you count up the numbers, you see he actually rolled 6 dice. It's because of that first one. Remember the roll of 10s and 1s. That's about it for non-combat rolls. That is the RWBYrp dice rolling system in its most basic form. I will be posting more videos to talk about some of the other things that you can do with this, including a video just about combat, because I know that that's something people have had a problem with. You can expect those soon. But I wanted to get this video up quickly so that I could answer any questions that you guys had about this system and talk about that kind of stuff before I got to those more advanced lessons. All right, so post your questions. I'll go through them as best I can, and have a good day.